Welcome everybody to the PlayStation State of Play and Xbox Tokyo Game Show here on Gamez Newz Now, the third episode here on 9/25/2025. These are the news stories of this show. And let's welcome everybody. I love this music. Quiet down now. It just abruptly stops now because, like I said, on the last show, on episode 2 of this fabulous Gamez Newz Now show, I told you all after updating OBS Studio to version 32 exactly, everything broke. Everything, the Stream Deck, everything. So I'm going to have to redo everything after the show, after this program today. I wanted to do this Gamez Newz show today on the 25th first and edit it and put it out there because we just had the Xbox Tokyo Game Show, and yesterday we had the State of Play, and I wanted to talk about both those for this news section today. So let's kick it off with the first round of news for the State of Play that just happened and everything that was announced and what I felt about it. Like the main thing, which everybody was waiting for, Marvel's Wolverine gets a gameplay trailer and a fall of 2026 release window. No actual date confirmed yet. And that Liam McIntyre, I can't even say his last name. Let's say McIntyre. Liam McIntyre. Yeah, McIntyre. That sounds good. That sounds like the Scottish name to me. But Liam McIntyre will play Logan, I guess. I don't know who the guy is, but I'm sure he's in some other stuff. I saw the trailer for Wolverine. It looks pretty good. They actually have other Marvel characters in it, of course. A lot of other different types of X-Men, like Mystique. That was pretty hot seeing her in there. Omega Red, and of course, a big giant Sentinel for Logan to bust up. It looked like that one... what should I say? The one Wolverine game that they did back in the day where it was really badass. It was, what was it called? It was called something Logan. I forgot. It was a little whiles back. Was it 505 that made it or somebody? I forget. Or Raven. I think it was Raven Studios that made it. And it was really good. It was back on the 360. And that was a really good Marvel game. And this brought back some feelings from that original Marvel game. Now, note, this is coming from Sony Studios, so probably not going to enter anything Xbox unless maybe a year later. I don't know. Maybe they might put it out because, Microsoft had put out games. Well, they're always putting out games everywhere, but they put out also that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PlayStation, but I don't know if it's going to be going back the other direction unless if Disney has something to say about it and says, hey, we might want this game out on more than just the PlayStation platform. But then they'd probably just put it on Switch and stuff. But if this game doesn't come to anything Xbox console-wise or something like that, it should come out probably on PC later as well. It should probably come out on Steam. So I would definitely purchase it and play it on Steam if it's a really good game. But it looked really good. It looked like that movie, The Wolverine, with Hugh Jackman, as he was all, big and got his little beard and must and stuff going on, and he's out in the winter and stuff. It looks pretty cool. I would really, I'm really interested in this Wolverine game, even though I'm not a PlayStation guy in general, and I'm definitely not getting a PlayStation to play this, but if it comes out on PC later, I would be definitely willing to play it then. even if it is going to be like $70, which it looks like it looks really good so far. Saros gets an extended gameplay demo and a March 2026 release date. So how's Mark's Saros, I guess, kicked off the state of play. So there was a extended first look gameplay of it, of the follow-up to the Returnal, and also a release date of March 20th, 2026 that this game's coming out. I don't know too much about this game, but it looks like something people are looking at. I'm not a big, like I said, this is mostly probably stuff that comes out on PlayStation a lot that I just do not know about too much. So there you have it. Okay, but let's see here. Apparently there was impressive tech and particles on display. Also, a few abilities of Devrage, if I said that correctly, Devrage, will get to utilize, including the Sultry Shield, Defend and Absorb projectiles, and Second Chance Revive and First Death. There will be plenty of hologs to find around Carcosa. Man. Learning how to say certain words nowadays in this show is definitely a page turner right there. Carcosa. And they will reveal more of the planet's past. The final shot of the demo was a massive boss, but then it cut away before anything was seen about it. Like I said, it's a game that it's hard for me to say because, like I said, I never played this game. I never played this game series before with the first one. But, you know, Returnal I heard was really good, and I'm guessing people will be definitely looking forward to Saros when it comes out March 20th, 2026. First look at the Battlefield 6 campaign has been revealed as well. So I guess EA had chosen State of Play to reveal Battlefield 6 because, of course, why wouldn't they? Because guess who has Call of Duty, and why would they want to show off Battlefield 6 on a console that is owned by their competitor over at Microsoft, Xbox, with a little franchise called Call of Duty. So obviously they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're PlayStation bound. We're gonna make sure we put this on show this on the State of Play on PlayStation because you know why should we show it on the Xbox side when they own our competitor?" So obviously, yes, the Battlefield 6 campaign. So the game is supposed to be released on October 10th, so not too far away, folks. You don't have to wait too far for Battlefield 6 to come to your hands. I'm just looking here what else, if they also talked about chaos, destruction, and surprising variety. I haven't watched this trailer yet. I should actually watch it before I talk more. Okay, so I paused this video and I watched the trailer of Battlefield 6. It looks a lot of Call of Duty-esque, even though it's got the Battlefield theme song, da-da-da-da-da, theme song to it. It was definitely Call of Duty Black Ops-ish look and feel to it. And it looks like an interesting campaign. It looks very realistic. And looks to be fun for at least the campaign. Do not know about the multiplayer, but there will be multiplayer in this game for definite. And I'm pretty sure people will be very happy about Battlefield 6. I still would like a Battlefield Bad Company again, if you know what I mean. And they keep saying, oh, it'd be hard to make a new Battlefield Bad Company. And I'm like, why would it be super hard to make a Battlefield Bad Company game nowadays, and add a lot of destructible things and stuff onto that? I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. I think it would be kind of interesting and easy, especially nowadays when everybody's so distrusting and stuff. It would be great. But hey, Battlefield 6, I don't know. I wasn't really too Call of Duty-ish this year when I tried to play Call of Duty Black Ops. What was that, 6? Yes. See, I even forgot what Call of Duty was. Black Ops 6. And I kind of played a big chunk of it, and then I just fell off of it at a point, and I was like, yeah, I could always get back into it, but I'm like, yeah, with the thing, and I'm not a multiplayer guy, so that, I don't know. Battlefield, I think I played, like I said, besides the Bad Company games that I really enjoyed when I played those, I tried like some Battlefields after, like Battlefield 1 or something it was really good, but I don't know. I think at the almost the tender age of 40, almost, I'm not 40 yet, but almost, I feel like I'm done with the war game thing. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird, but I think I'm war game played out already with stuff like Battlefield and Call of Duty. I will give them another try. Like I said, Call of Duty Black Ops, what is it, 7, 8,000, whatever's coming out next. They're always coming out, and I could always go back to Call of Duty Black Ops 6 again and give it another run through and see if I, attach myself to the campaign again or not. I don't know. It's just been a lot of stuff, and I played a lot of war games, Ghost Recon, all those stuff. But a lot of people have been pretty interested in Battlefield 6, and EA's been really keen on trying to at least nip at Call of Duty's lunch. It's going to be hard because Battlefields have not progressed very well lately, and but EA's still trying. They're still trying to get that perfect Battlefield game that people will want to gravitate to. You never know if this will be it or not. Nor 3 was given an official launch date on the PS5 for February 6, 2026. And I guess people like their Nor games, so Nor 3 is definitely one of those games. Zero Parodies for Dead Spies is a new spy fantasy from Disco Elysium's ZA/UM. So Zero Paradise for Dead Spies was revealed at the State of Play. It's going to be a narrative first espionage RPG stepped with in paranoia, surrealism, and the struggle for redemption. Players will take on the role of Herschel. You mean the guy from The Walking Dead? That old guy? I know. I'm just messing. Brilliant yet unfortunate operant in the world where trust is scarce. Oh, it sounds like a real world. Betrayal is just around every corner, and failure is inevitable. This will be another CRPG like Disco Elysium, but it will come from the new features like drastic encounters, it says failing forward. I guess that's what they meant, failing. I thought it was falling, but no, this is failing forward and exertion and conditioning. So, like I said, that's going to be coming out for Dead Spy, or Zero Parodies for Dead Spies will be out on the PlayStation 5 in 2026, so next year. Final Fantasy Tactics, The Invalence Chronicles gets a gameplay overview here. And the State of Play provided fans a gameplay overview trailer to help with the wait for its release date of September 30th. So at the end of the month, folks, you will be able to get to play Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalence Chronicles. So if you're into those Final Fantasy Tactics games, well, here comes one September 30th. There's a lot of Final Fantasy talk. this time around. A lot of Final Fantasy talk. And a lot of remasters, a lot that Final Fantasy Rebirth, Intergrade game that's coming out. I'll talk about that in a little bit, probably from the Tokyo Game Show. That is one of those games that everybody's waiting for the final conclusions of and parts of, and I'm interested in it as well because it looked really good, and the way that they touted how it was going to play really got me really good. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy guy, but I do like to dabble in the Final Fantasy games. I just purchased another Final Fantasy game recently because it was more action oriented, and I'm always up for those action oriented type of Final Fantasies, and it looked really cool. So I said, hey, I watched people play a little bit of this. Maybe I'll go ahead and play it a little bit. And it was on sale on Xbox, on the Xbox store for, what was it, $29.99? That was Final Fantasy XVI or XIV. I think it was XVI. Really good price. And I can look that up now too, because I think it was, let's see here. It was Final Fantasy XVI. Yes. Final Fantasy XVI. Yes. Really decent type of game that I would like. But Final Fantasy Tactics, something else for somebody else. Let's see here. No. So Crimson Desert has been shown at the State of Play. The open world action adventure game Crimson Desert will be released on March 19th, 2026. And the team celebrated the announcement with a story trailer. Let's see here. Crimson Desert stars Cliff, and we will control him as he works to reunite the Greymans and rally the forces of the continent Pywell against the terrible evil. Interesting. Coming out March 19, 2026. That's going to be Crimson Desert. Chronoscript, The Endless Run, tells an interesting tale of an editor trapped in a manuscript of an endless story who must write his final chapter. This 2D action-adventure game spans both the writer's mansion, which is rendered in 3D, and the manuscripts within, which is illustrated in 2D. So, basically, a jump the pages kind of a game where you're jumping into something, you're jumping out of something. Was this something that was like that one book game where you're jumping from story to story and playing in those stories? Is this what that's kind of like? Because it seems like that. It seems like Chronoscript is like that in a bit. And what future... I'm just looking at this for a second. Chronoscript, The Endless End will be released in 2026. I think I already mentioned that. And it looks okay. I was just watching the trailer a little bit. It looks okay. Probably not for me, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that like this kind of stuff. Code Vein 2 announcement trailer. Roughly 7 years after the launch of Code Vein, its sequel Code Vein 2 will be released on January 30th, 2026. Okay. Know nothing about it, but it's got this lady with the one eye, an eye patch, so she's got to be badass, I'm guessing. Let's see here. Anything else here? We got PlayStation Plus game catalog, October 2025 lineup. Let's see here. I'm trying to read this as we go along because I really didn't watch much of the state of play. So I'm trying to get through this here. Let's see here. PlayStation Plus game catalog, October 2025 lineup announced, headlined by Alan Wake 2. So apparently, Remedy's Alan Wake 2 is coming to Game Pass. Game Pass. It's not Game Pass. PlayStation Plus game catalog for October 2025. If that wasn't enough, The Last of Us Part 2 and its remastered version will be joining. Let's see here. The Last of Us Part 2 and its remastered version will also be joining the catalog this month. I never cared for Alan Wake. Alan Wake 2, it just seems, I don't know, maybe a bit different, but something about those games that I just don't care about. And I never did, and I never played any of those Walking Dead games and stuff like that. I mean, Last of Us games and stuff like that. Yeah, excuse me, folks, for the tiredness a little bit. It's been a long day so far, and there's nothing really here too much that in this PlayStation State of Play that's riveting to me right now. Even them talking about, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is headed to PlayStation 5. Okay, that was probably inevitable, and I'm sure the PlayStation 5 Pro will actually get some use out of it now because it'll have this game, which will take up a lot of rendering and stuff to utilize that Xbox or that PlayStation 5 technology. And so they announced that. It was previously time exclusive to Xbox and PC. Like I said, timed means limited. And furthermore, PlayStation... let's see here. Just reading more stuff here. Let's see here. Previously exclusive to Xbox and PC will be making its way to PlayStation 5 on December 8th, 2025. So that's coming up shortly. Plus, furthermore, PlayStation VR 2 support is also in the works, although it seemingly won't be available at launch. So there'll also be where you can wear their very expensive, nobody uses, or I don't know, it makes anything for VR2 headset, but I think that'd be pretty cool for this because then you can actually see that you're in the cockpit. You don't need monitors or a big giant TV in front of you or monitors around you. You could just look through your VR2 headset. So this could really work really good for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, making its way on the PlayStation 5 console. And December 8th. I think people will like that when the VR2 head support is available, if they don't cancel it or something like that. And also, Gran Turismo celebrates 100 million units sold, and Gran Turismo 7 gets a new update. They keep talking about Gran Turismo 7. Alongside celebrating Gran Turismo Series Racing past 100 million units sold, Gran Turismo 7 players will be able to look forward to a Spec 3 update this December. That is the biggest update for the game yet, and it includes 2 new F1 race circuits, 8 new vehicles, circuit experience, and longer circuit experience, data logger features, and more. There we go. Gran Turismo, not like Forza, but it basically survived Forza in a way. But we have Forza Horizon, so something better than regular racing? Sonic Racing Crossworlds is getting a Mega Man content in 2026, so Sonic Racing Crossroads. Let's see here. Oh boy. Okay, sorry folks. I gotta apologize on this. This This is very not sort of professional of me, but I am just not into any of this stuff. The Sonic racing I am into with the Crossroads, but everything else so far from this PlayStation State of Play is not really gripped me too well, and I'm just like zoning out here. And I zone out when things aren't interesting enough, you know what I mean? And there's really nothing here that's interesting to me. PlayStation fans, I'm sure there's a lot interesting to you, but for me, not really. I'll try to continue with this. I'm very frank. I'm sorry. This makes this Gamez Newz really bad. Just watching me just zone out on this stuff because I'm trying to read. Because like I said, I didn't watch the PlayStation State of Play too much, and it just was not for me. I like I said, I like the old stuff. I want more first party stuff from Sony's State of Play or PlayStation, and I think you guys are getting the butt of a lot of the stuff. Now, no, Microsoft wasn't doing such a hot job before, but now they are with their games at least, and the consoles are going down drain, and now they're bringing those games to you guys, but still, those are Xbox games coming to the PS5 and stuff, and it's like... but I heard Sonic Racing Crossroads is supposedly going to be a lot better than that very overpriced, which I hear semi not as good Mario Kart World game that just came out at launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. That is interesting to me, and I'm sure this will be on Game Pass eventually. So it's hard for me to like say, oh, okay, I'll never play this game, but maybe I will, because they usually eventually put these games on a Game Pass like this. So, and it is coming on a Game Pass for Sonic Racing Crossroads. Then they're talking about Mega Man content in early 2026 as Mega Man and Proto Man will both join the roster of racers and will bring with them a course of reimagined Dr. Wily's Castle from Mega Man 2. So that's that Sonic Racing Crossroads, which we saw already. Then we got Deus Ex Remastered is out early next year. So Deus Ex Remastered, an update to one of the most beloved games of all time. I did not really care for it. I tried playing a little bit of it. I was not into it. Sorry. Oh my God, I feel horrible, but I shouldn't, because it's not you. People don't like every game out there. I can't like everything. Will be released on the PlayStation 5 on February 5th, 2026. Probably also coming to Xbox, but of course, they're not going to say that on the PlayStation. Halloween video game gets gameplay reveal and release date. So they did that at the Sony State of Play. So Triple I Phonics Halloween, the stealth horror game based on the 1978 film of the same name, was given a gameplay trailer and a release date of September 8th, 2026 during the State of Play. Yay. Okay, so I watched the Halloween Inphonics Halloween stealth-based horror game because I wanted to know more about it. It is a single-player and multiplayer horror experience, so basically you could play as Michael Myers himself and go on a killing spree through a town of NPCs and stuff, or you can play on multiplayer trying to stop Michael Myers and try to call in help. And it's basically like, isn't it the same type of game like the Jason game, the Friday the 13th game, before they got that delisted and stuff because of some rights or whatever issues or whatever? So now they're doing Halloween. I don't know if it's the same people or group, but it looks okay. Now that I know more about it, and I didn't know Mike Myers had some superpowers, but they gave him like some superpowers where he can like ghost and you can't see him and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. It's coming, it says it's coming September 8th, 2026. So that's far away from now. That's far away from now, but they said it's coming then. That's their release date. But I was looking at this. I'm like, September 8th. I'm like, that's past September 8th now. And it says 2026. I'm like, wow, you guys are really putting that date really far. It's like, why did you even bother? It's like I said, it's like Sony didn't have anything to really show, but they wanted to put on a state of play just to show off stuff. And they picked and chose whatever was on the bottom of the barrel, like I am doing with this state of play here that I'm doing, trying to do a game news story thing of. It looks interesting. I'll wait till it's actually eventually out and we can actually play it to find out how good this could be. Like I said, this reminds me of that Friday the 13th game, but maybe better. I would like to play as Mike Myers and try to stalk and kill helpless civilians. That's always cool. Because, most games you're always playing the good guy or something like that. You're trying to get the bad guy and stuff. Might not flip all of that cards around and try to be the bad guy and try to kill the good guys and people. Why don't they make more games like that? Why can't I be the bad guy and go around doing stuff? Why not? Why not? Tell me why. Tell me why. Especially now with all this stuff and the open world stuff and like that. Why not? Let me be who I want to be. A killer or whatever and go around. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. And this will give me a taste of that. Survival action roguelite Let Me Die Inferno will make its way to the PlayStation 5 before the end of 2025. So apparently it says, take a trip to the deepest, darkest depths of hell and Let It Die Inferno, a survival action roguelite that stars an immortal explorer called Raiden who needs to uncover the ultra energy within the Hellgate. There will be a PvEVP mode within the Hellgate, and you can also put your survival skills to the ultimate test in competitive matches against each other and other players. Exactly. Okay, one of those games. It's a PvEVP game. How far can they go with these acronyms? Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered brings the PS2 classic to the PlayStation 5. I know there was a lot of people that like Dynasty Warriors 3, so definitely they're wanting this remaster, Complete Edition. This game was released back in the PS2 in 2001, and on March 19, 2026, it will live again on the PlayStation 5 in Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. This time around, it will have improved graphics, content from the Extreme Legends expansion, regained gameplay, mechanics, and UI, as well as more stuff, they're saying. The last Upak Ori boss, I almost said orgy. The Ori boss, because it's almost orgy. If you put a G after that or, it's orgy boss, but it's Ori boss is an exciting new expansion that will launch alongside the base game on the PlayStation 5 for the first time. I never played the last Epoch at all. The action RPG Last Epoch will finally be bringing its transformative skill trees, deterministic crafting and community-driven development to the PlayStation 5 alongside its first major expansion, the Last Epoch Orbis. Almost said Orgibus. The Last Epoch supports solo play or allows players to bring 3 friends along with them, and the quest will send players across the world of Eterra, and through time itself there will let's see here. I lost my track. Across the world of Eterra and through time itself, there are 5 classes, each with 3 highly customizable masteries, and there are 120 unique skills to go along with them. So, the Last Epoch. Got it? The 7 Deadly Sins Origin tells an original story in the world of the beloved manga and anime. Oh, is this that? This is based on that sexy anime hentai. Well, I would say hentai anime. It was more like a hentai sort of, not too much, but yeah, I have that. I have the Seven Deadly Sins anime. Let's just say. So this is something I did not know about. So launching on January 28, 2026, the Seven Deadly Sins origin will let fans of the iconic Japanese manga and anime series adventure through a free-to-play open-world RPG that can be enjoyed solo or with other players. The game will tell the original story and will put players in the shoes of Tristan, a young adventurer drawn into the multiversal crisis that threatens to unravel the world. The mysterious powers awakening within him and strange anomalies appearing across the Britannia. Tristan sets out on a quest that will lead him through the forgotten ruins, legendary battlefields, and rifts in space and time. I gotta look at this trailer very quickly. Okay, I just finished up watching the trailer for the Seven Deadly Sins on this game, and yes, there was a lot of girl butt. A lot of anime girl butt and stuff and jigglies, and a lot different than what the anime series was like. Definitely a lot different. Looks fun. I love the cell shading of the game and the way it looks and all that. Looks like a very interesting type of open world RPG. Free to play, that means there's going to be a lot of stuff that they're going to be trying to sell you in this game, though. That's a definite, because it says free to play. That means cha-ching, get your credit cards ready, kiddies, because you're going to be buying a lot of special clothing for your lady friends or dudes, I'm pretty sure. But, yep, why not? Why not? Then they announced the DualSense wireless controller God of War 20th Anniversary Limited Edition has been announced to celebrate Kratos' legacy. You know what else they could do to celebrate Kratos' legacy as well? Make a new God of War game, but make it like the original games, like a hack and slash, jump around, like they do with the Ninja Gaiden games that I was just playing, like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Edition. That's what I want them to do. Make us the original God of War, not this open world God of War. Not that those games looked bad, they just weren't for me, the new God of War games. And I would like them to go back to how the God of War series was originally. And on top of that, I don't use PlayStation controllers, so looks good, but not for me. Now, if I was still a PlayStation kind of a guy, I would totally probably get this controller if I was you, because, like I said, it does look good, but still not for me. The controller will be available for $84.99, folks, and pre-orders begin October 3rd, 2025. And for controllers prices, even though you think $84.99 is expensive, that seems kind of cheap for this kind of a controller. It's not like $129 or something like that. You would think the controller would be going up in price, because look at the Nintendo Switch 2 controllers and stuff like that. Those Joy-Cons, those are freaking expensive as hell. So it's expensive, but it is one of those 20th anniversary edition controllers, so I can understand that. Sony also announced wireless PlayStation speakers by Sony, because I guess Sony proper is like, hey, we got to sell more hardware through this. So we're going to sell these wireless speakers. So Sony revealed its own branded wireless speakers called the Pulse Elevate, and they are designed for use with the PlayStation 5 or a desktop PC gaming setup. Okay, that sounds interesting. If they're also doing touting desktop PC gaming stuff, don't let that deter you though, as they can also work with your PlayStation Portal or even your smartphone if you choose, or anything else, I'm guessing. They come as a pair in both midnight black and white and feature a built-in microphone with AI-enhanced noise rejection, so you can even use these as voice chat. There's no price yet, but they will be out in 2026. Okay, so what do they do differently? They just enhance the the gaming experience. I'm going to watch the trailer very quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back from watching this trailer, and sorry again, folks. Like I said, I didn't watch this state of play, so I'm watching it now as I go along. And these speakers look pretty cool. It just doesn't say anything about if you can add to these speakers, because these are wireless speakers, and they also do use Bluetooth, but they also use a special Sony adapter, which you can plug right into your computers, like USB-C port or USB 3 or C port, one of the ports on your computer, so you can take the audio and bounce it. And they would look really interesting. They come with like little charge pads, like if you want to plug them in and just have them continuously running and charging off of that. But I'm guessing you could take them off the charge pad and just use them as is, which is cool. But you know what'd be cooler? If I could take these and I could put like more of them around me, like if I want to set a 4 in my office here and just put them in the corners, because they have built-in subwoofers, they're saying, and stuff like that. So when they have built-in subs and mics to denoise everything, that makes it really good. That sounds like a decent speaker. I got some decent THX speakers right here from Logitech with the THX technology, and they sound pretty good, but they don't have built-in subs in the speakers themselves. I still have a subwoofer below me on my computer, but these things, they're separate and they're wireless. I might be interested in what these are going to do, and let me click here, see if there's anything more on this. All I know is they're midnight black and white. It uses AI for the noise rejection, and you can chat as you play. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the Pulse Evaluate is powered by PlayStation Link technology for ultra low latency and losslessness connectivity to deliver sound as it happens on compatible devices. Okay. Let's see here. I'm sure they can use it on anything, because if they can do it on PC, Mac, or PlayStation 5 or PS Port, I'm sure they could do it on Xboxes. Let's see here. You'll be able to fiddle with the speaker's volume mix to adjust EQ, side tone, volume, mic, mute, blah, 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 blah. An option to do similar on PC will be available at post-launch. But what about if I'm... Let's see here. Like I said, if I can definitely put like 4 of these and link all 4 up together, depending on how much these are going to be, and they work really good, that would be something I would be very interested in. And I would like to hear what kind of sound comes out of these. Because imagine if people just don't want a surround system for their like home theater setup and they want to put like a bunch of these around. Why not? Or, like I said, for my computer here, if I want more vibrant sound around me in this office, I want to put them in 4 corners of my office, or 2 on the desk a little bit farther and 2 somewhere else. What would stop me from doing that? Is it just because the technology, or what? They didn't really talk much about that stuff, so I can't not go into detail, but they look cool. They look cool. That is interesting with the wireless technology from for these Sony speakers. That is actually interesting. And that was it for the Sony State of Play, I guess, for the PlayStation. Nothing else. They didn't show anything else. This was the stuff they showed. Like I said, there's not much here that I would care about. Maybe the Halloween game, and probably the speakers. And like I said, if Battlefield 6 does a good job with the story or something, maybe. And Wolverine, of course. So Wolverine, Halloween, the Halloween game, the speakers, and did I say Battlefield 6? Okay, so like let's recap this. Wolverine. Okay, I'm going down through this. Battlefield 6. the wireless speakers, and I'm trying to look for anything else here. I said Halloween, right? Halloween. So Battlefield 6, that, Halloween, speakers. So like 4 things, maybe. Otherwise, everything else doesn't seem quite interesting to me at all. So, okay, they got some games in there, but is any of those games really going to push the power of the PlayStation 5 in any way, shape, or form? Are they going to push people to want to buy $700, $800 PlayStations to play what? And then they're trying to sell you more stuff like hardware and speakers and stuff. Now, I'm not saying Microsoft Xbox is any different and that they're any better, but kind of gets me wondering on what, if anything is cooking behind the scenes besides Wolverine and stuff like that over at Sony and PlayStation. You would think they would have announced like some stuff like, hey, we're porting more games to Steam and maybe the Xbox or the Xbox PC store or something if they wanted to do that stuff, because I thought they were talking about internally that they were maybe thinking about porting some more games to more stuff instead of just PC and Steam. But we didn't even get any of that stuff. They didn't even talk about like anything like what's his name, Astrobot, because I thought he would have went to Steam or something by now, but I guess not. I guess they're really sticking and holding their franchises still close to the vest, and nothing has been really ripped out yet and pushed out. Like, they talk about it, but maybe they're still waiting to see how well the PlayStation 5 and beyond does, and before they start pushing out games and stuff to other systems like Microsoft is doing now. So, I don't know. Usually I rate these presentations and stuff, but because I didn't actually watch it, but still I read it, and I did watch a lot of the trailers. I'm not going to give them a D or anything, but I'll give them a solid C. C plus maybe for that state of play, that PlayStation state of play. Because like I said, the speakers look cool. The trailer for the speakers looked really cool. I do like some good speaker tech. I am a speaker tech kind of guy. Not crazy like other people are, but I'm into some good speaker tech, especially with my bad ears. The Halloween game, of course, looked pretty cool. I always like it when you can be a killer or something and be the bad guy in a game instead of always being the goody two-shoes kind of guy, and see how that goes in 2026. And like I said, Wolverine, who knows how that will go, if that's going to be multi-platform or not. And the Battlefield game, they're doing their own Black Ops kind of thing with Battlefield 6, it looks like a little bit. But that was it. So a solid C plus. Can't take that away from them. That, at least they didn't a D or an F or anything like that, but it's a solid C plus. Let me know in the comments below on what you think about the state of play and what you agree or disagree with me talking about on that, because I would like to know, especially with some PlayStation heads out there. Now we're going to the Xbox Tokyo Game Show, as Microsoft announces some stuff. They announced some stuff, a lot of games, a lot of stuff. I just watched this Tokyo Game Show because it happened this morning at 6 a.m. Eastern time. 6 a.m. because don't forget, they're doing this in Tokyo, Japan. So it's later there, but it's early morning here. So I watched this when I got home at about noon today. When I got home, ate some stuff, watched this Tokyo Game Show 2025. Of course, they start off with their cheery expressions, and they tried to appease the Japanese audience with their limited speaking of Japanese, saying, "Arigato, I'm Phil Spencer, and I'm Spear Bond," and blah, 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 stuff like that. I thought they would have kicked off the show with going right into the Xbox ROG Ally, but they didn't do that. We'll get into that a little bit. It's not like they didn't show it, but they didn't show much about it. At least not the things I wanted them to. But they did show off Gungrave, Gore, Blood, Heat. I guess this is an over-the-top action series. Gungrave is making a comeback. I never heard of this series. I never heard of this game. And as you'd expect from the series, which I don't because I don't know nothing about it, it looks heavy on action and massively oversized guns. The game is a full remake of 2022's Gungrave Gore, polishing it up for modern systems. And they did tout that all these games being shown at this Tokyo Game Show are supposed to be not multi-platform, but Play Anywhere, Xbox Play Anywhere titles. They were really pushing that with these titles. So yeah. So Gungrave, don't know nothing about this game. It does look like a very giant gun strapped to this guy's arms. It's got to be tiresome for him to just walk with these big giant guns on his arms going and shoot him. But it had a little Bayonetta look and feel to it as I watched it. A lot of sci-fi to it as well. Looks good. Don't know when it's coming out. Doesn't say yet. They showed off 007 First Light, a little bit more of that, and they showed off that, and they announced that Gemma Chan, I don't know who the hell she is. She must be popular in something, some series, whatever. Let me know, because I do not know. But they were really big on saying, hey, Gemma Chan is joining the ensemble cast of 007 First Light. The Marvel's Eternals takes on the role of Selena Tan. Oh, she's from the Marvel's Eternals? Man, I watched that movie many times. I don't remember seeing her face. I would have to watch that again. Maybe she looked totally different. I don't know. I don't remember her, and I watched that movie many times because I thought it was okay. Other people didn't. I thought it was okay. But she's taking on the role of Selena Tan, M16's head of tactical simulation. So, okay, we'll find out. And hopefully we'll find out more about that game later. It's going to be a good game. I'm sure 007 First Light's going to be a good game because it's made by the people that make the Hitman games, and they're going to make this game really good because they just really love 007 over there. So I wouldn't doubt that. Then we got this other game called Anemo. Anemo. You can make fun and say many things about Anemo by just saying it and looking at this gameplay trailer. And I'm like, this name says a lot. This is a new look at the creature wrangling game Anemo, was shown off, revealing more details about the inhabitants of the world of, let me guess this, Liddell? Is this Liddell? Liddell or Liddell? Or that's a L on before the D, right? Liddell. I think it's Liddell. L-D-Y-L-L. Liddell. Their personalities, their behaviors, their relationships with the environment. Huh. So is this like Pokemon meets Amiibo type of whatever? We'll find out more when this game is released. Like I said, no talks about that. When it releases or launches, they just showed it off. Looks pretty cool. Very colorful. Double Dragon Revive. I know people like the Double Dragon games before. I don't think I ever played a Double Dragon game. But in the mood for some old school beat 'em up action, then you'll want to check out the Double Dragon Revive when it launches on October 23rd, this upcoming month. So it looks really interesting. Looks like, you got your Street Fighters, you got your Mortal Kombats, you got your Tekkens, you got all these others. Now you got your Double Dragons, folks. Double Dragons coming here, and yeah. But this isn't a fighting game. This is a beat 'em up, old school action beat 'em up game. So you'll just be beating them up the characters. Like I said, looks interesting. We'll see how it goes on October 23rd with that. Talking about more about Hitman and what I was talking about earlier, of course, they had to talk about this, adding something else to Hitman World of Assassination. And that would be Bruce Lee is going to be a guest star in Hitman, the World of Assassination trilogy. So that's going to be kind of interesting. I don't know what he's going to be doing. I guess he's going to be... I guess he's going to be the... is your partner against the... Bruce Lee's... Okay, it says it right in front of me. Bruce Lee is your partner against the dragon. So, okay. And it's going to be out... It's going to be... He's going to be in the game on every platform. So, okay, if you own this game, I guess you're going to get the Bruce Lee for free with that, I guess. Play for free, available today. Okay, so it says play for free, available today. So, okay, they're adding Bruce Lee to the World of Assassination. Okay, what's he going to do? Go do some kicks, go, wow, 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 and kick your enemies out windows and stuff for you, and you can sneak away while he's doing that and getting caught? I don't know. How does that work out for you? Then they showed off Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 is coming to Xbox next month. In addition to the new story trailer for Monster Hunter Stories 3, Reflection, Capcom also confirmed that Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, will land on the Xbox Series X and S on November 14th. So if you like the Monster Hunter games and you like Monster Hunter Stories, there you go. Me, not so much. Not a Monster Hunter guy. I like this movie. Don't like playing the games. Then they showed off a game called Sun and Strike 5. It's the 5th in the series, apparently. I don't remember any of the four Sun and Strikes, but okay, this is the 5th one. It has been almost a decade since the last Sun and Strike, probably why I don't remember it at all. Game was released, and Sun and Strike 5 looks to be a grand return for the World War II era real-time strategy game series. It'll be out on PC in 2026. So this is like, so they're talking about real-time strategy games. So like Red Alert, Command & Conquer Red Alert-ish style. Okay. If I can be playing this, and it looks pretty good. It looks old school. Call of Duty meets like tabletop action, sort of, in the real-time strategy. I could get down with that. Do I have to build bases or anything? Or is this going to be more like Age of Empires or something like that? Interesting. Hotel Barcelona. Hotel Barcelona continues to look wonderfully weird. What else would you expect from Swery? And it's out on September 26th. The new trailer showed off more gameplay of the action roguelike in which you're tasked with taking down a hotel full of oddball killers. Alrighty then. Yes, I did see that. It has a lot of stuff on the screen. It shows a lot of stuff. Collectibles, this and that, fighting stance, characters, this, that, weapons, galore. It's a lot of stuff on the screen. Project Evil Bane. I think I missed this in the presentation, but because I would have remembered this kind of sexy lady with her sexy legs wearing these weird super heels that I'm sure she uses the front pointy heel because it's so long to stab people with in their heads or chest or something. But she's a fighter, it looks like. So Project Evil Bane is a new 3D hack and slash fantasy game. Project Evil Bane looks like it'll be a visually impressive adventure in this genre, which Microsoft needs. Xbox definitely needs for its consoles and PC and stuff. It's coming to the Xbox Series X and S and PC in the second half of 2026. So, okay. I'll have to watch this Project Evil Bane again and see if they show more on it or something. I don't know. Because I think I totally missed it from the presentation for some reason. I do not remember watching this at the Xbox Tokyo Game Show event. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. But it looks okay. Why not? I like 3D hack and slash fantasy games. I'm down for that with sexy ladies and stuff killing things. Yep, I'm down for that. This is what I'm definitely totally down for. Ninja Gaiden 4. I already got it not pre-download. It's, those pre-downloads are like little things that say, hey, ready to download. I'll download this in a little bit. So I got Ninja Gaiden 4 ready to be downloaded and played. They always talk about how the Ninja Gaiden games can be notoriously challenging, which they can, but after playing and beating Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, I think I fared pretty well with that. Now, no, I probably put it on the lowest setting and stuff, but it was pretty fun, and I cannot wait to try to play and beat Ninja Gaiden 4, especially because Team Ninja and Platinum Games will be offering various difficulty modes this time around, a lot more than other games. On launch day, they're talked about hero mode, which takes a lot of bite out of the combat with various automatic gameplay options. And on the opposite end of the challenge spectrum, Master Ninja mode is designed to make you sweat and piss your pants. This game launches on PC and console on October 21st, so the end of next month. And I cannot wait to see what this story is going to be like and all that. I know we're going to kill the dragon, the bad dragon. I'm going to be definitely playing on hero mode because I want to enjoy the game and the story and stuff like that. And that's what I've been saying that I'm like a little, I can understand when people would say I'm a little bit of pussified gamer a little bit on some stuff. But I like the Ninja Gaiden series. I definitely would love to just play this game and not get beat to a pulp and stuff. So I'll put it on hero mode. Plus they said you could toggle switches to make it harder and and whatnot, and add and subtract stuff into your difficulty and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's always cool, because then I can make it maybe a little bit more challenging, but this and that, and I get to design my challenge. I like that in a game. You can design your own challenge for a game. That's an interesting thing that they're doing. Then they, of course, showed off Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is coming to also the PlayStation. And they're talked about how they showed off mostly. They didn't really talk about anything. They showed off that more Japanese locations. So we'll add several scenic Japanese locations to the game. World Update 20 will add 23 areas of interest across Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, and Tokyo. It looks really cool. It makes me want to go and play Microsoft Flight Simulator just to go and fly a helicopter or planes around Tokyo, around Japan, to see where I might want to go on vacation at. Because if I can see it in the game, then I could go, oh, okay, I want to go fly over there. Let's see, where am I going to go for my vacation? It's either Kyoto or Osaka. Because everybody goes to Tokyo. That's like the main city. At least that's what we all talk about, Tokyo, Japan. But Kyoto and Osaka are interesting to me. I want to see, maybe they're a little bit more open. We'll see. Maybe I might load up Microsoft Flight Simulator sometime just to play these when they added this update. I don't know. Is it added now or not? It doesn't say. If it doesn't say, usually it's not. They talked about Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. They showed off a quick look at the ocean floor, a brand new edition, Dragon Quest 2 HD. Okay, so you got your Dragon Quest games as well. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly remake. Not into the Fatal Frame stuff, not at all. But longtime Fatal Frame Makoto Shibata gave a breakdown on several of the updates and enhancements that have been made for the Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake. Me, not so much into that. I'm more into the Silent Hill F game that they've been talking a lot about, but Fatal Frame, not into it. Not into that series. This I'm into, but I hear this is really broken. This next one, Terminal Brigade. Terminal Brigade, which is they state is now available for Xbox on PC, and it comes with several exclusive benefits for PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate members. An action roguelite with a loot and shoot gameplay loop. The game will get a Neon Genesis Evangelion crossover in its next season. I'm guessing they charge for skins or something, even though this is an action roguelite, loot and shoot. I watched the trailer for this. It looked a lot like a Borderlands-ish kind of thing, but better graphics. It's not cel-shaded. They're showing off the hot lady with the sword and stuff. But I downloaded it, but as I hear from like 99% of the people on Xbox for PC, I hear the game is super broken, meaning you get it into the tutorial, get out of it, the game crashes. So I'm going to find out to see if that's true or if it'll update before I get to it later. But I want to try this out because it looked really cool, but if it's going to crash and you can't play it, well, then you just got to wait till they update it. But that was shown off. Like I said, it looked really cool. It looked like a future Borderlands type of game, and I'm interested in that stuff, especially if Borderlands is super broken right now. I've got to place other things that are not Borderlands. Then they finally showed off, and this was at the end of the show, but I guess this rundown is showing more stuff. But this was shown at the end of the show. They showed a little teaser for Forza Horizon 6. They didn't show much of it, but we all heard about it. It was already rumored to be set in Japan, and they just announced, yes, this Forza Horizon 6 is going to be set in Japan. Why else would they show it off at Tokyo Game Show as a big announcement? But it is real. Forza Horizon 6 is real. It is going to be set in Japan, and it'll be racing into action, they say, in 2026. I'm very interested. I cannot wait to see what this is going to be like. And if I ever get that Xbox ROG Ally, I'll be probably trying to play that on portable. That would be a very good game to play portably. Racing. Forza Horizon 6, folks. Already 6 Forza Horizons. And like I said, they didn't really show anything off more of that. They just showed the title, showed it's coming, 2026. That's it. Rhythm Doctor. Now, this was a very interesting game when I saw this on the Xbox Tokyo Game Show. This is something that you would see like Elite Beat Agents or the Parappa Rapper, stuff like that, in the realms of those music type of games, beat games. So Rhythm Doctor, I guess this is, people knew about this already. I guess it's spent a long time in early access. Rhythm Doctor is finally ready to prescribe some vibes when it launches on December 6th for the PC and Series X and S. And basically, it's one of those beat games where you got to get the beat and do all that stuff. It looks cool. It looks really cool. I might want to give that a try if it's in my realm or wheelhouse. Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven. No, I saw a little bit of it, was not interested in it. I think I fast-forwarded through that. But reuniting the 7 heroes of the Legend of Tale of Vengeance, Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven is now out for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox on PC. The new trailer showed off familiar Saga franchise systems like Glimmers and Formations, as well as Surprise Attack and United Attack gameplay mechanics. Looks nothing like I would want to play. But that Final Fantasy XVI that I just purchased because it was on sale for $30 on PC for Xbox for PC, that looks up my alley. Not that everybody liked it or not. When I watched people play it, I liked it. So good on that. And then they shut off this game again. I am not interested in this game whatsoever. Freaking ever. Winter Burrow. The coldest season approaches in the Winter Burrow as a young city mouse reuniting with a harsh wilderness. Players will have to help the little critter survive the frigid months ahead. The game also has a release date of November 12th. I saw this before over and over again. I was not interested in this game whatsoever. I still not at all. I'm sorry. There's no interest in this game whatsoever for me. Maybe for you, but not for me. And then they showed off a little bit more Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Of course, they're going to try to get that into everybody's hearts and minds. They talked about several multiplayer maps set in Japan. One of them was shown off during the TGS stream, imagining what Tokyo will look like in 2025. This map features a cat cafe, a karaoke bar, and a crashed train. The other map then is set in the countryside outside Tokyo, and it has an ancient Japanese castle landmark. So, of course, Call of Duty is going to Japan. We're bringing Call of Duty to Japan and seeing it the Japanese like a little Call of Duty. Will they play some Call of Duty? Will they like the duty, or will they like the battlefield? Or will they just say, fuck them both and play something totally different? Age of Mythology Heavenly Spear, ahead of its launch next week, I guess. Oh, they said it's next week. Okay. Xbox dropped a new trailer for Age of Mythology, Retold's next expansion, Heavenly Spear. The expansion adds 12 brand new missions, and it tells the story of Yasuko, a farmer's daughter entrusted with a magical spear that a ruthless warlord is searching for. Doesn't that sound like a lot of movies out there that I hear about? And isn't there another game like that? I don't know. Not for me, but okay. They showed that. I missed this one. Mistfall Hunter. A new update for Mistfall Hunter revealed the game's second map, Solomon Needless. It's available on launch day and is local, set within the bleached and scared forest of the home of the divine Anchor Relic. Is this like a Mist-like game? Because it says Mistfall Hunter. Is that why? Not really big in the Mist either, but okay. And Star Sand Island, a new CG animated trailer showed off the more Star Sand Island's charming setting, open-ended farming, and creative do-it-yourself building. Oh, like we don't have enough of those out, really. I must have missed that, too. I must have fast-forwarded through a few of these because they were just looking so not good. So that was it for the Tokyo Game Show. And then, like I said, they did show off the Xbox ROG Ally, sort of. They showed it off and said, oh, all this stuff can be played on it. Oh, yeah, you can play all this on it. But guess what they did not show, folks? That was a no-show for the game show. They did not show or announce any pricing or pre-order date. Hold on for a second. Hold on.
Knock, open up the door, it's real.
Why? We were all thinking that. I was thinking that. Everybody else in journalism was thinking it. We were all saying, well, Microsoft's going to the Tokyo Game Show. They're showing off. They're doing a presentation. They're showing this stuff off. At least they would have showed during this pre-recorded presentation the ROG Ally's price and pre-order date. We were all thinking, oh, it'd be today when they happen. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I'll wait tomorrow and see if it happens tomorrow or during the weekend, because we're not too far away from the launch of the Xbox ROG Ally X or the ROG Xbox Ally, if you really want to get into the realism of it. We only got, let's see, the rest of this week, the next week, and then the following week. So 1, 2, so 3.5 weeks away before this thing is supposed to be released, and still no price or even saying pre-order now. Like, I haven't gotten any emails on it, and I've been waiting for an email. I got an email now, but nope. Nope, nothing from Microsoft. And I've been looking up constantly on the internet. I'll bring it up again. Let's see here. Oh, why is it not loading? Doesn't even want to load. Let's see here. Let's see here. Xbox ROG Ally price. Let's see. Anything yet? It just still says expected to be around $549 for the base one and $899.99 for the other one. Still no pre-order or anything. And it's like, what's going on? What Microsoft? What the fuck are you doing? What you and Asus? What's going on with you two? What's going on with you two? What I know all about your little. It's the tariffs and everything else, and of course you guys got the high pricing for everything else out there. But what's going on? What's going on with this? Not showing this. We're very close. We're only weeks away. Are they just going to announce the price like the day before or something and expect people to buy this thing the next day in store? Because usually people like me like to pre-order this stuff like ahead of time, give people a month so they can save up their pennies or whatnot so they know how much it's going to be, and then they can go buy it. This is not a good way to sell a device like this and expect people to want to buy it right away. You know, it's so harsh, very harsh. And like I said, I got money ready, put aside for this sucker. I'm ready to put down that cash to buy it, and you're not giving me a way or reason to purchase this thing. But this ain't a ranting show. This is a news show, folks. And I've already gone too long. It's already over an hour long, but that's only because there was a lot of news between Sony and Microsoft here. And I didn't give a grade for the Microsoft show. It was okay. They didn't show too much. It went fast. Even though it was like over an hour presentation, it went fast. There was a lot of showboating like they usually do, like, oh, this is this. And then, of course, they do, this can be played anywhere. This can be played anywhere. And then I think of all the games that can't be played anywhere still and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. And then I'm looking, I'm like, okay, you showed off some stuff. You announced Forza Horizon 6. The biggest thing I was waiting for was supposed to be the Xbox ROG Ally price. And start to let me pre-order now from Best Buy or you guys or whatever. And you drop the ball again, Microsoft. You drop the ball, Xbox. You drop the ball, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, blah, 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 Matt Booty. You all drop the big proverbial ball. Oh, I forgot Asus on pricing and thing. Because when people want to pre-order something, you got to give us that price and thing. And if you're going to wait till the very, very last second, you should tell people, oh, we're not going to announce this price until a week or two before it's out. That's what it's coming up to. If they do not announce a price tomorrow or this weekend, which I highly doubt they'll do it on the weekend because it's usually something that they don't do on a weekend. If they don't announce the price and pre-order tomorrow, then what the fuck are they going to do? Because it's so close. So close. We're almost in October, folks. We're going to be in October very soon and shortly. What are they waiting for? And they're still saying it's coming out October 16th. They're still touting that. It is still coming out October. Like, I'm going to check one more time. Let's see here. Xbox ROG Ally release date. It still says, hold on, October 16th this year. I'm looking at it, says 2025, not 2026. But nothing. Nada. I'm not getting the cold feet. It disappoints me. It kind of disappoints me. So, and they did show us some interesting stuff, but still nothing really big enough for me to go, oh, whoa. A lot of stuff was third parties that showed off stuff out of these events that were showing off trailers and stuff. And on other news that I was doing about stuff that I was more interested in than the Xbox Tokyo Game Show. Now, note they were trying to tout more for Japan to be happy about what they're offering and trying to get them on board, which we'll see if they sell more, if they sell these Xbox ROG Allies over there. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I give this a C+ as well for the Xbox. I would like to give them a, you know what? No, I'll keep them at C+. I don't know if that's very forgiving of me. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in comments or whatever. But I would give them a worse grade because of the whole Xbox ROG Ally debacle. I understand that they're scared of pricing because of tariffs and all the other bullshit, but Microsoft isn't putting this out, really. It's more Asus. Microsoft just has to make sure Windows 11 works and their Xbox overlay software works well enough for this thing. So, do I get the feeling that it could get pushed back, the release date for this thing? Because that would really suck if they pushed back the release date for the Xbox ROG Ally. But I don't know. Guys, let me know. I think C+ is good enough. I was going to give them a C or a D, but I don't know. A C, that would be kind of too harsh because they did show off some stuff, but I think they should get the same grade as Sony. They both didn't show off a lot of stuff. I'm docking, like I said, I'm docked a lot of points for Microsoft for not stepping up and getting some big balls between all these bosses over at Xbox. We're bosses, we're this and that, and okay, bosses, tell your bigger bosses to get off their freaking balls and start doing some business here. Come on, I want to do some business with you guys, but you're not letting me, and you're disappointing me. You're a gamer here, and it's like, show it off, get some balls, get some cojones over there, but no show, no pricing for pre-order. It's C+. I think that's being generous a little bit. But let me know. Comments below on the YouTube page. Let me know via email at oldfreakygamer@gmail.com. Whatever you want to do. We're going to end this show. Thank you for joining me, folks. I am Mr. Mike. This has been the Gamez Newz Now for September 25th, 2025. And these were two of the biggest main events. And you will catch me again with more talk and more rants and more fun on my podcast, the Games Attack Podcast, on Monday of next week. So everybody, until next time, I'm Mr. Mike. I am tired. I'm signing out. I'm going to go eat some more food, maybe hopefully play some games. I got to fix OBS here because it's all... and I got to get it fixed before the stream. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got at 8 p.m. Eastern time, Friday night, as long as I get OBS working, I will have my RoboMike Rogue City Unfinished Business stream going on where we play more RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business at 8 p.m. Eastern time on youtube.com/oldfreakygamer-2023 or twitch.tv/oldfreakygamer or oldfreakygamer.com where you can watch that live and interact with me on YouTube chat. Note, YouTube chat only, because that's all I do. So, everybody, till next time, Mr. Mike saying, game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button. This show is now game over. So everybody, konnichiwa, sayonara, bye-bye, bye-bye. I can't do that. I forgot I can't hit the button. I gotta click it. See ya.